Okay, that should be better. So, gonna wait again for some people to come on. Hey everybody. All right. Just waiting for some more people to come on. Thanks everybody for coming on. Hey Kyle. Hey, awesome. All right, good. We're right at 12 o'clock, so we're just gonna, hey Mary Rose, thanks for joining. Gonna give it a few more minutes. Hey Peg, thanks for coming on. Right. Awesome. Okay. Got about 10 people on. I know we had some more people that were planning on coming on, so I'm just gonna give it a few more minutes. And while I'm doing that, so if you don't have your foam roller and your lacrosse ball ready, or like I said, you can do a tennis ball or a wine bottle, something along those lines, those would work as well. So what I'm gonna be using, just so you can see, is foam roller, all right, and the lacrosse ball, okay. So Kim, yep, so we need like I said, the lacrosse ball and the foam roller. And if you have any other questions, as I get started, Todd and Ryan are gonna be on answering your questions. So, and just so Todd knows, I did try to make it sideways so everybody could see me a little bit easier, and Facebook yelled at me that I needed to have it vertical. So I know he's gonna be asking that. So, all right, I'm gonna give it, it's 12:01. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. So, for those of you joining, this is our CoFIT-20. So we designed these classes to try to get our patients, friends, and family moving, and just try to, give you some ways of getting moving, getting a little bit stronger. I know that a lot of you, I've been sitting more than usual for sure, so I'm getting achier and tighter, and I was getting some headaches. So this class is near and dear to my heart as far as just trying to get ways to loosen up. I'm Holly Burns. I'm a physical therapist here at Robbins Rehabilitation East. I've been here for almost 7 years. And so, as you know, or maybe not know, at Robbins Rehabilitation, our therapists are manual therapists. I like to have my hands on people, and since I can't do that, I want to at least educate people to be able to do some stuff on your own, so that you can, feel a little bit better about moving in your house. Okay. So this is the second of 20 classes that we were planning on having. So if you missed Friday's class, Todd taught a 16-minute full body workout. It is on our Facebook page, so please feel free to go check that out if you need a full body workout. It, like I said, only takes 16 minutes, and you get up and moving, and you get a little bit stronger in the meantime. So all of our classes are going to be offered for free. And, we're going to try to make it as convenient as possible. Tune in Wednesdays and Fridays at noon. We're going to try to keep it consistent. And, so we encourage you to just keep tuning in, and we're going to try to change it up every class and give you something new to do. I do have to give you a medical disclaimer. This is not to diagnose anything or, solve any injuries. If you have any pain or anything with any of these movements, please consult a physician or a healthcare professional, which I am, and we are here at Robbins Rehabilitation. So if any of these moves cause you any issues, please give us a call. Our phone numbers, all over our Facebook page and our website. So this is just for educational purposes only, and I hope that you enjoy it. So I think that's enough talking. We've got quite a few people on the on our video here, so I'm gonna get started. And like I said, Ryan and Todd are gonna be answering any questions that you have. So please, if you feel if you're feeling any issues with these movements, I'm gonna try to give some modifications. But if you have any specific questions, just type in the chat there, and Todd will be there to answer your questions. All right. So what we're gonna do is start with our foam roller. So if you have your wine bottle, vodka bottle, water bottle, anything along those lines, or your foam roller, get that out. We're gonna start with that. This is backwards to you, so I'm not gonna talk lefts and rights. We're just gonna do one side and then the other. We're gonna start on the bottom half of our body and work our way up, and then we're gonna work our way back down, okay? And I'm just gonna scoot this away a little bit. Okay, good. So let's grab your foam roller, and let's have that right out in front of you like this. Okay, so we're gonna start by rolling out our calves. So what I'm gonna have you do is put one leg on the foam roller, the other leg over top. So a couple of different ways you can do this. You're gonna lift up and you can roll back and forth. If that's too intense for you, just pick a spot, put the weight of your other leg on top, and just roll your leg back and forth like this. All right, we're gonna spend about 30 seconds in each of these spots. So really just get into it, and some spots are gonna be a little bit painful. I'll say that's okay as long as soon as you lift up the pressure, the pain goes away. So we're gonna find some areas that are a little knotted. If you're just doing the roll side to side, move that foam roller up a little bit and roll side to side. So yeah, we're gonna get into some areas that are a little painful, a little achy, which is kind of the purpose. But like I said, as soon as you take the pressure away, the pain goes away, then we're good. All right, let's switch legs. So Marty just made a good point. He said that he would like a foam roller, like what we have. So if you share our posts, you get put into a drawing for winning a lacrosse ball and a foam roller. So share our posts and you get put into that drawing. So let's move up the leg a little bit, just like I did. And yes, we also, like Todd said, we have them available in our offices for purchase as well if you're not lucky enough to win one. Okay, let's roll up the legs a little bit. We're gonna work on our hamstrings. This one takes a little bit of upper body strength, or you can sit on top of the foam roller like this. So we're just gonna roll back and forth. We're gonna get a little strengthening exercise in here too. So with this one, we're just gonna do both legs at a time. It'd be a little too difficult to do one at a time. However, if you have just a short bottle or something that you're using, you can just do one at a time. So over to one side and roll back and forth. So either way, whether you're doing both or just one. So again, we're spending about 30 seconds in each spot. And again, if this position is too much range of motion for you, even just placing that foam roller underneath your thigh and just kind of rolling back and forth, that's going to get you a very similar result as well. So roll back and forth. Okay, we're gonna go back down to the lower legs. Now we're gonna focus on the front. So again, 2 ways you can do this. You can kneel on top of your foam roller. And what I want you to do is, I'm not gonna show you my backside, but you just wanna turn your feet in a little bit. What we're trying to do is get the outer shin muscle, not right on the shin bone. That would not be very comfortable. So let's turn the legs in a little bit, roll front to back. And again, if you have a smaller bottle, just going on one side, especially if it's a really hard, if you have like a glass bottle, it might be a little much to kneel fully on it. So just kind of half kneel and put one leg up onto the foam roller or the bottle and just roll up and down. So I know I have a dog, and if you have a dog, you've probably been doing a lot more walking. And so these muscles in the front of the legs are getting tighter, getting a little more sore. So this one will feel really good. A few more seconds here. Hi, Wendy. If you see me looking that way, I have I airplayed the video up onto my TV so I can see your comments and try to answer them if I see them. Okay, so now we have the quads. Again, a couple of different ways to do this. If you are just doing one leg at a time, you're just gonna lay it onto your stomach, put the foam roller underneath your quad muscle, and you can go up and down like this. So you definitely want to get multiple parts of the quad muscle. So if you start low, then you're gonna wanna move up. All right, so that's one way of doing it. So just continue on with that. Or bring your whole body onto your foam roller and you're just gonna roll front to back. That takes a little core strength. You can lay all the way down and just kind of roll back and forth. Whatever your strength level is, and again, the one leg, you're still gonna get a very good result out of that as well. You'll just have to make sure you move the foam roller up and down as you're kicking the leg up and down. So maybe some ouchie spots, and remember, pain is okay, just as long as it doesn't last longer than when you take the pressure off. If you do have a lot of pain with these or any radiating pain, you want to put a comment in the chat or give us a call. We can still do free evaluations and all that jazz. So, okay. All right, we're gonna go on to the glutes. One of my favorite areas to kind of loosen up because there's some pain that can radiate into the back from there, can radiate down the legs. So you're going to make a figure 4 with your legs like this. Okay, this is one way of doing it. Figure 4. Now that knee that's up, I'm gonna take myself and put myself up onto the foam roller, get back into my figure 4, and then we're just rolling front to back. If that's too intense or if this is too extreme of a motion for you, just go onto that one side, onto your foam roller. We're gonna hit this with the lacrosse ball as well. So if you can't get into a really good position with the foam roller, don't worry, we're gonna come back to them. Darla, we need to get you back in so you can do these moves. Okay. A few more seconds here, then we're gonna switch sides. Okay, switch. So again, you can do the figure 4 or just rolling onto the one side and front to back. going, a few more seconds. Okay, good. So for this next one, if you have a really long foam roller, it's going to be best. But if you have a shorter foam roller, that will work as well. The glass bottles, things like that, that might be a little troublesome with this one. Just take it as you can. If it really hurts, we're going to hit some of the muscles with the lacrosse ball, so don't feel like you're missing out on anything. We're going to hit them multiple times. I'm going to turn the foam roller sideways, and you're going to, so if this is my lower back, you're going to go right above that, right in the mid back, so we're below the shoulder blades, right at the bottom of the rib cage. And we're going to lay over the foam roller like this. So a couple different things. You can put your arms like this. I realize that's a pretty strenuous position for the shoulders. So you can have them down by your sides. That might give you a little more support too. And you're just going to rock back. And we're going to hold. You might feel some pops and cracks. Again, they're fine as long as they're not painful. So what I'm going to do is scoot this up a little bit, or you can scoot your body down on the foam roller. And you're going to roll back again. Hang out there for a few seconds. I'm getting some good pops and cracks. Okay, we're going to go up again. So our areas to stay in between is right at the bottom of the rib cage. You don't really want to go below that. And right at the bottom of the neck. So that's as high as we want to go. We'll go back again. I was having a lot of popping. If you've been stuck on a computer or over your phone or whatnot for a while, you might get a lot of popping and cracking. But don't continue with it if it's painful. Okay. Again. All right, we're gonna go back down. So I'm rolling down. I'm gonna go a little bit quicker this time. Down. Yes, Chris. That's Chris. Hi, Chris. We do sell foam rollers. So yes, in any of our offices, you should be able to get foam rollers, and we're going to be ordering more. Okay, great. All right, so for this next one, very similar. Might be a little bit awkward to do on a shorter foam roller. So if you have a short foam roller, that should be fine. Something like a wine bottle may or may not work. You might not want to put all of your weight through it, but we're just going to lay on the foam roller long ways. A smaller foam roller will do as well. And we're gonna open up our arms. If that's painful, play with the angle of your arms. Find a spot that's not painful, but you do just want to find where you get a little stretch through the front of your shoulders here. Okay? And we're just gonna lay there. And take a few deep breaths. How often in a day do you think about breathing? And how often do you find yourself holding your breath because you're stressed or you're working on something that's taking a lot of thought? So really take this time to breathe through the motions and find your breath again. A few more seconds here. Awesome. Okay, let's roll off safely. And in order to sit up, roll to one side, push yourself up. All right, good. If you have not already, grab your tennis ball, lacrosse ball, baseball, whatever you have that is similar to this size. If you have a dog, there's probably a dog toy in there that will work. I'm gonna give you a second to do that. Grab a drink of water from our Robbins water bottle, which is also for sale in the offices. Or if you complete your plan of care in the office, you get one for free. All right, great. So I have my lacrosse ball. We are gonna start, now we're gonna start from the upper body and work our way down. So I want everybody to kind of feel your shoulder blade, and we're gonna stick that lacrosse ball right in that spot, right above the shoulder blade, in between the neck and the edge of the shoulder blade. If you suffer from knots, you are probably gonna find that spot very quickly. So let's lay on your back. If laying on your back is too painful, if it's too much pressure, going up against a wall with the same technique can also do the trick. You can modify how much pressure you're putting into the ball. So if laying down is too much, go up against the wall. Okay, so we're gonna take that ball, put it right in that spot. Now again, a couple different options. If your shoulders will allow, you're gonna go up and down. I'm gonna move away a little bit so you can see me better. Okay, up and down. Or you can go out to the side. You can, any motion of the shoulder that your shoulder will allow without pain. But you just want to kind of give a little movement over that ball. So even if it's a little rocking back and forth, just give it some movement. So we're spending about 30 seconds here. This can be a hurts so good spot. Also, especially with a lot of this sitting and computer work, I'm definitely doing more of it myself. Like I said, this spot can cause a lot of headaches. So this is a really great way to release some of those muscles to relieve headaches. All right, let's switch sides. So same spot on the other side, find your shoulder blade where it sticks out, and right in the pocket, right at the end of your shoulder blade bone, in between your neck and your shoulder blade, stick it there. And we're gonna go up and down, or like I said, rock side to side, whatever your body is going to allow. And breathe. Few deep breaths here. Okay. Let's go a little bit lower. So this is definitely one of those spots that laying on your back might be a little too much. So if it is, again, find a wall. So I'm going to just place that ball down. Where you want it to be is, now we're going to find our shoulder blade again a little further down, right inside of that. So with any of these lacrosse ball things, foam roller, you want to make sure that it's not laying on a bone or rolling over a bone. If it feels like it's bone, it probably is. So in the muscle right next to the shoulder blade, I'm going to try to find that once I get down here. Okay. So same thing, trying to just move your arm a little bit. If it's enough just to lay there, then just lay there. That is perfectly fine. Sometimes I do that if I'm having a really tight day, or, and this is another place where headaches can come from. So if you're having a headache right now, maybe just, take it easy, just lay into it, breathe into it. Just ease over that ball. Also, a lacrosse ball in these areas can sometimes be pretty intense. So then doing something like a tennis ball, or one of the softer dog toys or something, that might be a little bit more tolerable. Breathe. One more big breath, and we're going to switch sides. All right, I hope you guys are sticking with me. I have a couple more spots to go, and you should be set for the day. So you might find that one side's a little bit more tighter than the other, and you might need to spend a little bit more time. So I'm obviously moving through these a little bit quicker just to try to get through them. But this video is going to be up on our Facebook page, so if you forget any of the spots, or just want the instruction again, make sure you tune in and then you can pause the video if you need to, spend a little more time in each of these spots. In general, in the clinic, we usually spend at least a minute on each of these spots, so just for a reference. Big breath. Okay, let's take that ball. Now we're gonna go into our my lower back. So here's the top of my hip bone and the bottom of my ribs, right in there, right along the spine. There's a little pocket there. That is called the Quadratus Lumborum, and that is a muscle that gets very, very tight, especially if you suffer with low back pain. That's a really common spot that is very tender and very tight. So again, you want to kind of, if laying on the floor is too intense, find a wall. So we're going to put the ball right in that spot. Okay, so I'm going to lay over that. Now, what I'm going to do with my body is I'm going to lean myself toward that ball. So that QL muscle kind of goes in a little bit. So we want to angle that ball slightly so it's going in towards the spine. But if that's too intense, just go back to that neutral position. If you really want to get crazy, you can lift the leg. But I'm just going to spend a few more breaths just laying over it. Make sure you're taking deep breaths. Especially in areas like this, when you take a deep breath, you might feel it intensify a little bit because we're kind of pushing those muscles into the ball. Okay, let's switch sides. And again, I'm kind of angling my body to that side where I have the ball. And we're just going to breathe into it. Maybe a little rocking back and forth. Nothing ballistic, nothing crazy. And breathe. So really important, if you feel anything radiating down the leg with this, either take some pressure off, or maybe, maybe not do this one or find a softer ball. We definitely don't want to irritate any nerves, especially with the next one that we're about to do. It's really important. Okay, let's take that ball again. So this one is definitely going to be a hurt so good, but it is such a great release. So we're going to take the ball, put it right in the glute muscle. So that's your two biggest muscles basically. And you want to just make sure, this is really important to make sure that it's not on bone. So it's not going to be on that bone in the center of your glutes. You just want it basically right in the center of your muscle. All right, so once you find that spot, and you might have to wiggle it around a little bit, find a spot that is a little tender, and you're just going to go out and in. So I'm moving that knee out and into the side, so it's the same side that the ball is under. And breathe through it. And again, this is definitely one of those spots, because this is a little bigger muscle. Sometimes I'll do 3 different spots, spending about a minute in each spot to really get a good release. For purpose of time, we'll just do the one spot for now, but just for future reference. All right, let's do one more, and let's switch. Again, this is definitely one of those muscles that you'll feel that one side is worse or more tender than the other. And again, if you need to shift it around a little bit, find a good spot. All right, we're almost done, everybody. We have one more. Okay. Let's grab that ball. And if you suffer with any foot pain or plantar fasciitis or anything along those lines, this is going to be your best friend. So depending on how tight or tender your foot is, you can do this in 3 different positions. You can just do this on the floor like this with, you know, just a little bit of pressure. You can sit and put the ball underneath and then roll it out like that. Or you can stand. And this one is actually even good to do with a smaller ball as well, if you can tolerate it. So a golf ball, a bouncy ball, something along those lines. Just really gets into the nitty-gritty of the foot. But then it'll be another hurt so good type of pain. As long as, like I said, little disclaimer, as long as it goes away as soon as you take the pressure off the ball. All right, let's switch feet. Wherever you are, whether you're on the floor or you're sitting or you're standing. Just realized the ball matches my socks, so I can't see it very well. Few more seconds here. All right, good. Then I want everyone to just stop where you are. Take a nice deep breath in and let it out. Good. I hope you feel nice and relaxed, and I hope you got something out of that. Like I said, this is going to be up on our Facebook later, so if you want to go through any of the exercises again, please feel free to do so. Like I said, we're doing 20 of these classes. If you know someone who was interested in joining today but couldn't because of time restraints, please share our post once you see the video come up, and please share our future posts so that everyone can kind of get in and exercise with us. We're really having fun with it. We love interacting with you guys, and if you have any comments, questions, suggestions for future classes, thoughts, we absolutely welcome them. So either comment on this chat or send us a message, send us an email, call our number. And we're so happy that you guys joined us today. It was a really good turnout. So we appreciate you. We're hoping that these classes are going to help you stay safe, stay positive, stay strong. And I'm going to stay on for a couple more minutes, see if we have any questions that I might be able to answer. Awesome. Thanks. Glad you liked it, Barb. Thank you, Gail. Appreciate it. Hey, Meg. Oh, good. Thank you, Marty. He just needs that foam roller. We'll get you one. Good to see you, Kristen. Thank you. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Darla. I'm glad you were able to come. Awesome. Thanks, Kim. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming, everybody, and we will see you in the future. Remember, Friday at noon, the subject is to be determined, so just tune in and make sure that you like our page so you get reminders for the classes. Share them as a chance to win a foam roller and a lacrosse ball. Don't forget to do that. All right. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.